This is my friend Brandon. Brandon owns 3 Hondas. He refers to himself as the Honda F-Boy. I can certainly vouch for that. Today we will be driving one of his 3 Hondas. Brandon loves to track his Honda, and I say that because he only tracks one of them. One out of the 3 will overheat on track. The other one will rattle away into nothing but a seat and steering wheel. Today, we will be driving the one that could potentially rattle away. Please pray to the car gods for us. On a side note, I did not bring my audio equipment, unfortunately, so you will be hearing GoPro footage audio for the drive. I apologize in advance. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. There we go. Hi everybody, this is Brandon.
Hi.
We are in his Honda CRX. Very good JDM in stock.
Yeah, 1989. This is the base model, sometimes called the DX. It's really hard to tell whether that was a real Honda thing or if that's just what people called it. But this is the 1.5 liter with dual point fuel injection, which is basically a carburetor. And it was factory rated about 90 horsepower, and it probably makes most of that now, 208,000 miles later.
Yeah.
So
Brandon has been chasing just, I would say regular upkeep, but in this case it's going to be pretty much old JDM upkeep, motor mounts.
Anything more. The previous owner, who was the first owner incidentally, she loved this car and she did all the regular maintenance, all the oil changes, all the fluid changes that you could do with basic hand tools, but anything that involved getting under the car and really jacking it up and really working on it just never got done. So it's been a lot of bushings and things like that. So
Brandon's going through the trials and tribulations of having a now very classic JDM car, and here we are. So stock, we're on some random all-season tires. Let's see, so the shifter, so
that's
it's in gear. This is reverse. So just so y'all can see this, the shifter bushings were, he's gonna fix that eventually. Apparently it's really hard to find parts for this car because they don't make anything for this car anymore. And yeah, we're gonna have a good feel, see what just old good JDM Honda's about. So far I'm really excited. I doubt it'll disappoint me. Another thing to note, I do apologize for the audio. I'm using GoPro audio. I mean, you guys don't really need to hear a D-series non-VTEC motor anyway. So let's just get a good drive in. And away we go. That clutch, so right away, the clutch is like so tall. Like the engagement point's up at the top and it feels like I have to kind of just stamp it out.
I'm pretty sure there's a return spring or something broken on it, and it's a cable clutch, so you are actually moving the clutch with your foot.
This is good. It just, I like the clutch. It's way up here. I mean, whenever my leg is hovering over it,
yeah, something is definitely wrong though. The clutch pedal comes up way too far. But I have been focused on making sure that the car can be driven, and the clutch pedal comes up too far is not a showstopper.
No, definitely not. This is livable. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Just don't let your leg hang over. And Brandon, you're how tall?
I'm about 6'3".
6'3". Yeah. So being 6'3", again, I'm only 5'11". For those of y'all that don't know, and this is a relatively small car.
It's a very small car.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so if y'all can see that Brandon's head up there is it's pretty close. So yeah, nothing like being in a Japanese death trap, a little of sheet metal. So just kind of going back to the car itself, the handling, obviously we've got this is power steering, but it's just good old mechanical. This is not.
This is unassisted steering.
This is not assisted steering. Oh, I thought it was at first.
Well, you've never driven a car with 13-inch wheels, I guess.
Because we were pulling out of the parking lot, I'm like, this isn't too bad. This got a good feel to it. I didn't realize it was no assistance whatsoever. I mean,
Nope.
this is a
completely manual.
good steering. So yeah, so just kind of going through that windy part, I was actually not expecting all that. That was good.
Yeah, dude.
I like this. I like this road.
There's a lot of those because this, like I said, this road is clearly trying to cut between property lines. So there's a lot of basically 90-degree corners.
Wonderful. This is good. I like this road a lot. So it's giving me a good feel for so starting off the drivetrain. Obviously, this is null right now. I'm not going to talk about the shifting. It's not that hard. I know what gear I'm in, so it's not hard. So this isn't like a big issue at all. The clutch is very high up there. It's very good engagement, good feel. Heel toe downshifting is great. So the braking gas pedal are very close next to each other. So I like that spacing. And the actual engine itself, I mean, it's
there it is.
Yeah, it's working. So downshift here
For now.
and then we're gonna get on it. This is full throttle going up the hill. Woo! Felt my stomach sink coming up. A little tap of the brake. Around. Dude, I like the way this car handles.
Yeah, man.
Dude, this is awesome. This is a great road too. Yeah, a little heel toe, a little brake, power through. Man. Oh, little. It's not a Honda until when you're shifting, you hear it kind of go for a second. You gotta really be patient with the shift. But yeah, motor it's a D series, non-VTEC. I mean, there's really not much to talk about. The transmission, the shifting, how the clutch feels. Like, this is all great. It's just all very connected. And the handling, this handling is awesome. Like, dude, we're on some like ridiculous no-name all-season tires. There's a little bit of push coming into these corners, but dude, like, when you get up momentum in this car, man, I'm having a blast. This is reminiscent of a Miata, like an NA Miata, because it's a momentum car, but I would say not.
You almost hit a squirrel. That's why I did that. That's why I made a face.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, I didn't see that.
No, yeah, he like
Thank
darted.
God.
Yeah, he darted out and then was like, a car. It didn't jump in front of you. Thank goodness.
I'll have to review the footage later. Yeah, dude, heel toe downshifting is my favorite thing to do in this car. Oh, look at us climbing this hill. We are going, brother.
Champions.
We're hauling. This Lexus doesn't want any of this.
That's fine. We're almost done.
I was gonna say we're gonna turn around, but engine, transmission, drivetrain, it's you know, it's there, it's solid, it's good.
It
Old
does its
JDM
job.
feel. The brakes, they're also good.
So these are Duralast Gold pads, which are the ceramics.
Oh, I see the no power steering now.
Yes, you do. I got the Duralast Gold because I was like, you know what, I deserve it. And then I remembered that no, you don't want ceramic on this. You want semi-metallic. You want
Semi-metallic.
You want the cheap one.
Yeah, you don't want ceramic on this guy.
Well, too late.
Too late. That is what it is. But these brakes are good. Solid. They're stopping just fine. There's no pucker factor so far.
The car weighs nothing, which helps.
Yeah, which is awesome. Here we are, going downhill. Easy, nice and easy. There we go. I'm gonna try and do a little left foot brake here, in it, and then kind of go through. So there's a little bit of initial push in the corner, but that's the thing you have to kind of do with Hondas is let it take its set, and once you're aimed for wherever you're going, just gas back on and you're gonna get there eventually. It's good. That front wheel drive just through the corners really well. I'm gonna back off these guys a little bit. This is a nice little windy spot. Yeah, dude, this is just a pleasant car. That's how I'm gonna describe this car. This car is just, it's very pleasant.
Yes, it is very pleasant.
This is like exactly what we're doing. We're having a nice, good Sunday cruise, and we're going uphill. we're making it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna make it. No, this is just a pleasant car. It's obviously super mechanical, and I enjoy the involvement. Like, this is really engaging. It's not fast. It's not freaking us out or anything, but dude, like,
This car will never be mistaken for fast.
in until you maybe swap something into it. Maybe
that still won't help.
Not even a K series.
So K series don't really fit in these.
Oh, they don't.
You can make it happen, but if you want to put a K series in here, it involves a decent amount of fabrication. It's definitely not a like bolt in some new mounts and you're good to go, the way it is with something like a 6th gen.
Ugh. Kind of makes me sad.
It's an old car.
Yeah, that's fair.
And the biggest problem with the K series is the transmission. So this is a cable clutch, and all that vent and dashboard space over there, yeah, that if you want to put in a hydraulic transmission and you want to have a main cylinder like hydraulic clutches do, all that has to go away. Because that's where it all goes.
That's a lot of work. Shit.
Yes.
Oof.
So if you don't want to do that, what people have done instead is have a cable actuated main cylinder mounted on like the bumper, but that just sucks.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like fun. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, so it's like a whole thing, and nobody should do that, but whatever.
But overall, yes, this car is just quaint. It's a good car.
Yes.
I'm having fun in it. It's just nothing but smiles. There's no hauling ass or pucker factor. So it's a very forgiving car because you can't go that fast. And I guess that's part of this car's essence, just because it's an economy box. This car is made to fight the gas crisis, and they tune the engine for economy and reliability as opposed to performance, and yeah, this is what you get. That's how
they marketed these. The SI, so this is a 2nd gen CRX, but the 1st gen CRX, they exclusively marketed as like a commuter car, as like a fuel saver special. They had a HF model that was rated at like 55 miles to the gallon. So you know, these were fuel economy cars, and it wasn't until the 1st gen had been out for 2 or 3 years, and people were like, wow, these are actually a lot of fun to drive. They came out with the SI with the 1.6. I think the 1st gen had a 1.5, but anyway, these 2nd gens launched with the SI model because, you know, they're just so much fun to drive, but they kept this base model and an even more fuel efficient HF model in the lineup, and those were the ones that they really tried to sell. The SI was almost an afterthought.
I still want to drive one of those SIs. Is the SI a substantial difference from this?
I've never driven one.
Okay.
I have to imagine it would be, because they have like 110 horsepower and have 4 fuel injectors as opposed to 2.
So, if y'all haven't noticed, Brandon, his I would say his specialty in car knowledge. Every guy has
no one should know as much about Honda as I do.
It is sickening how much you know. Like,
I have a sickness.
I called him out on it once just because it's funny, and he just started laying random facts out there for me, and I'm just like, dude, I don't know what to do with all this information. This is just too much. Like, he totally like avoided
I'm a broken
my
person.
Comment and just kept going, and I was just like, oh fuck, like, all right, I get it, bro. I'm not gonna test this out. So if anyone needs a trivia night partner, Brandon is great at trivia night, but if there is a car trivia night, and it's specifically Honda, I guarantee you Brandon would take the gold. And this is one of his Hondas. So he's got we have his Type R, so go ahead.
I have another Civic, and then I have a my one true love. I have a 2007 S2000.
Yes.
And they will bury me in that car.
Yes. As stated multiple times before.
I will probably end up selling this car one day, and I imagine I'll sell the Type R one day, but I will die before I get rid of that S2000.
Thank you so much for letting me, I guess, wail on it.
Yeah, dude, that was it.
I felt like that was going past what we just did would be definitely pushing some limits, if not going over. So I look forward to you autocrossing this car in a week.
Hopefully I don't flip it.
You won't flip this. Let's knock on some glass just in case. Yeah, pray to the car gods he doesn't flip it. If he does, I'll try to get it on footage for everybody. So
that's right.
Well, no, you have a tendency to go for little hot hatches that have this knack for maybe flipping because he had a Fiesta.
That's right, my 3-cylinder Fiesta.
It wasn't the ST.
I have a knack. I have a knack for getting the one step down from the good one. Hatchbacks.
Again, it's very, very quaint.
And dear reader, notice how it is blue. It is all blue. Everything is blue. The seats are blue. The carpet is blue. The dashboard is blue. The doors are blue. The outside is blue.
If it was green, we'd probably die. So
that's right.
There's that. Sorry, terrible puns.
Howdy there, and welcome back to the tier list. I apologize you don't get to see my face today, so let's jump right into it. I'm sorry I don't have a haiku for this one. Brandon, I promise to make a haiku for your other cars. Anyways, going to the motor and transmission, there's not a whole lot to say on this car. It's not the strongest point. The transmission shifter bushings were not quite replaced at this time, so it was a little wobbly. And the D15 B2 motor is not really a motor that shines above anything that Honda's made before. It's a very stout, efficient, and I mean that, fuel-efficient motor, not so much in power. It's more for a momentum drive, if you will. This ED8 CRX, also known as a Civic Renaissance Experimental if you want to get super nerdy, has a double wishbone suspension. They updated it from the first generation CRX. And boy, let me tell you, it's something that's wondrous. Wondrous as in not very awesome. It's actually very mediocre. And you know what? This car has over 200,000 miles on it. It's like 3 decades old now. I'm gonna give it a break. However, it is a lot of fun to drive. At a total of 7/10. Once you start pushing it over that 7/10, you start fearing for your life. I felt like mid-corner, if I started pushing it harder, we would have understeered right into one of the trees. Something I definitely didn't want to do. But in terms of an everyday driver and having fun, it is fully capable of that. Don't expect to take it out to autocross, which Brandon has done. He only did one run and then retired. And don't expect it to take it to the track because it's not going to wow anybody. In fact, you'll probably be giving a lot of point buys in this poor car. However, given the circumstances of tuning, this car can definitely shine. A nice motor swap, tranny swap, an LSD, along with some suspension work as in some coilovers, some stiffer sway bars in the rear, and some lightening up inside, this car would be an absolute monster. I hope to one day drive one of these in a modded up form. In terms of everything else about the car, the best way to put it is it's extremely quaint. The brakes, quaint. The engine, transmission, quaint. The drive of the suspension, quaint. It's just a good momentum cruiser. This is Honda's way of showing that econo boxes don't have to be an annoying nuisance. They don't have to be just A to B. They can be absolutely fun when you want them to be. This is a good after work. I'm gonna go ahead and go on a nice B-road cruise, but I'm not gonna be breaking any laws. This car itself is a great example that Brandon picked up from Florida from one of his family friends, and it's in exceptional shape because the previous owner was a sweeter, older person. Brandon got a pretty solid deal, drove the car back from Florida, and huzzah, here we are. Brandon has restored a numerous amount of things on this car just to get it back to semi-stock, if you will. If we're gonna put it somewhere on the tier list, in this current form, as my first D-tier car, Brandon, I'm sorry, but I'm also not sorry because you understand why. Just because I put a car in D-tier doesn't mean it's not fun. It absolutely is fun. In fact, if a car does not make my tier list, and I'm pretty sure I've said this before, that's a problem. That means that that car absolutely sucks. Thank you so much again for watching. Please, for the love of the car gods, like, subscribe, keep watching, keep supporting my channel. It's really awesome. It means a lot to me. I love you guys. Be safe out there. Wear seatbelts. Take some driving lessons. Get some track time. Be wary of all the drivers around you. Be cognizant of people because they don't understand how to drive like you. People just don't understand simple physics. Be safe on the road. If you're speeding, be cautious. Wear a condom. Have a good time. I love you again. Bye.